What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we are rocking the Golgari again because I haven't done that in a minute, and I know y'all on this channel seem to like Golgari deck lists, so we have a little something for you. But today we're going to be playing it with a lot of the enchantments, really focusing on stuff out of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and I think we have some pretty sweet things we're going to be doing with this. Getting to play a few cards that we really haven't gotten to shove into any deck list, which is always awesome. And I think it should be a lot of fun. So I'm hoping we have enough familiar cards and enough new cards to at least keep it kind of interesting for everybody, but I'll let you be the judge of that. But anyway, let's go take a look at this Golgari Enchantments decks for the decks, plural. No, we're playing a singular one. Let's go take a look at the Golgari deck. Enchantment deck for standard Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, whatever. Y'all know, roll the footage. Now, a pleasant reminder, if you don't know, there's two ways you could support the channel directly right now. One, you could join the memberships here on the channel for as little as 99 cents down at the link below. And there's a couple other levels with some different rewards. Matter of fact, a video just went out for some of the members earlier today, actually. But if you're going to be picking up any supplies, be sure to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn, because if you use promo code PowrDragn while you're over there, you can save 5%. And they give me a little kickback. So you can get something for yourself, save money, and you'll be supporting the channel. Okay, so let's get into this deck list today. We've started with Bloodchief's Thirst because honestly, we got to have some cheap removal. I think with mono white aggro still running around and a lot of versions of the green-white or Naya enchantments list, you got to be able to pick off stuff early. So we're playing some Bloodchief's Thirst. We've got two Dockside Chef. For whatever reason, this card's an enchantment creature, which is weird, but it actually lets us sacrifice stuff and draw cards. So it gives us at least one other way to get access to some cards in this list, which we really like. But we are playing a couple Warlock class that can also dig a little deeper. And this does do some incremental damage, and occasionally late in the game can actually be a kill spell. So we're going to try it out, see if it works, but it's cheap. For Generous Visitor, because of course we're playing a bunch of enchantments. And we're trying out Life of Chojiro Umezawa. Now the thing is, once this turns into a 2/3, we actually aren't going to use its ability very much. We have like a couple of spells we could use the mana on, so that's not the most exciting thing. But the front side, being able to make something bigger and stay aggressive, or give something -1 and kill it, or gain 2 in life, are all actually pretty relevant. So we're going to see how we like this going through the next couple of games here. Kami of Transients. We're seeing so much of this, but if you're playing a bunch of enchantments, there's very little reason to not play it. Partly because even if you lose your enchantments, and especially if we're playing with sagas, they're going to go to the graveyard, and at the end of the turn, you get a Kami of Transients back in your hand. So it's kind of hard to argue that one. Ranger class. I really like what this does in the deck. The +1s are going to be huge, I feel like. And this does, in some ways, help you stay out of range of Meat Hook Massacres, which doesn't seem huge, but currently it is a very big deal. I mean, Meat Hook's in a ton of decks right now. And also want to point out, we don't have a ton of card drawing in this deck, so being able to play off the top library could help every once in a while. Shigeki Jukai Visionary. This card, man, this card's good. This card's good enough that I'm considering going and adding it into my decks that are playing green and Commander. The fact that you can use it mid-game to just find land off the top, or you know, once you get 6, 7, 8 mana, whatever, you're starting to pile up some, you get 2 or 3 things out of the graveyard at instant speed during your opponent's end step, and you get to reload. So I mean, whether you want to go get your best creature or whatever, like, this is so very good. And be aware you can't get non-legendary things, so that is a little bit of a problem, but otherwise this card's actually very, very good. I mean, you can go get its target non-legendary card. It's not even creature or land or non-creature. Just get whatever. This card is really good. And I would say, if you're playing, like, this deck really takes advantage of all of it, right? Like, we are going to want the mana. We do want to reuse some of our removal and stuff, and it counts as an enchantment, right? So we like everything it can do for this deck. So yeah, I would consider putting these in some other deck lists if you haven't played with this yet. Tatsunari Toad Rider. This is a fun one, right? We haven't really got to play with this yet, so I'm really excited to have this in a list. But you play an enchantment, you get a 3/3 frog, and then you could make Tatsunari and the frog unblockable, but every time you play an enchantment, you get to drain your opponent for 1. So really like what this is going to do for us as well. Jugen Defends the Temple. I don't know how good this is going to be. We don't like desperately need the mana, But I do like the idea of being able to put counters on things and just keep pumping stuff we get later. Partly because we also have another cool thing. Binding of the Old Gods. That's not the cool part. Binding's actually really damn good, though, and we're playing 3. Possibly should be 4, though. I want to just make that known. We may be making changes at the end of this video. And then Skeletal Swarming. Like, I was thinking Skeletal Swarming with the Jugan enchantment creature is probably good, so you can make your skeletons bigger if your Skeleton Swarming goes away. But even by itself, I think it's fine. You have Dockside Shelf, we can help and sacrifice things. So, this is probably alright. I'm just trying it out. We haven't played with Skeletal Swarming in a minute, so I wanted to see how it actually works out in this list. And then we've got Meathook Massacre, because again, just like we were talking about, it's in so many lists. Like, what are we going to do? Then we have Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 6 Swamp, 1 Takenuma, 2 Boseiju. And why, if you're asking why 2 Boseiju, there will be a time or two that this probably comes up where you can't play 2 Legendary Lands. But there are enough things to destroy with it right now in current standard that having a freebie removal seems pretty good, especially since it can be creature removal in the current format. 5 Forest, 4 Dark Boar Pathway, and 4 Deathcap Glade. As always, gonna ask if you can watch as much of the video as possible. That really helps out with the watch time, helps get stuff more recommended. But we are definitely, because this is like the first go with this, definitely gonna have some changes at the end of the video. So if you want to get updated or find out what we liked, what we didn't like, and why, or even good and bad matchups, we'll talk about some of that stuff at the end of the video. But for now, have fun. We'll see you on the other side. Okay. Not quite sure what a good or a bad hand looks like so far, so we're just going to roll with this and hope it's good enough. Ooh, maybe we'll get lucky and get to use this to kill that. That'd be great. I doubt it, though. This could be some type of tempo situation that's not going to go well for us. Well, now they left mana open to pump it, so that doesn't particularly help. So let's see if we can get into a racing situation of sorts here. I mean, obviously they pumped that, yeah. I was kind of hoping they were going to play something last turn, but they didn't. Now we can possibly binding it, but like I said, I think this is the mono blue tempo deck, and I don't think this draw is going to be able to keep up with them. I think had we been on the play, maybe, but it's going to be very difficult playing on the draw here. Because we're going to have to get the opponent to counter quite a few things, I think. Probably, Alright, Malevolent Hermit. That's not the worst thing. Actually, that's not bad. That's actually pretty legit here. Okay. So now we can play either of these two and this. So I think we're going to go with the Kami. I think. I'm like double checking here. But I think that's what we want. Yeah. Let's do that. Attempt to play this. I'm going to put a counter here. Assuming if they have a Fading Hope, it's going to bounce the Kami of Transience anyway. Oh, they had a Spell Pierce for it. Alright, well. Okay. That's a thing to know. No attacks. Yeah, this is weird. This looks kind of similar to... I mean, I'm going to send a few cards, but it could be similar to the list we put up last week. Always weird, too, when that's the case, because sometimes you run into our own decks that we put up on the channel, which is kind of funny. Not a bad thing, though. I mean, it's cool that people like what we're doing. Okay, this isn't bad either. We'll take a hit for 2. Go to 15. And because we still have this, we get to kill the Stowaway, so that doesn't get to beat us up too badly. We like that. The opponent's down to 2 cards as well. So let's go ahead and play this. Put a counter on you. Give this a minus. And we're going to go ahead and attack. Like, at some point, we got to get on the offensive. Alright, opponent's got 4 mana now. Which means they could technically use Malevolent Hermit and play one of their other counters. Alright, this is a little bit of an issue, because if we take 4 here... Oh, actually, never mind. They tapped out for us, so that's great. Wait, the opponent's going to let us kill that too? Awesome. This is like the best of everything. Put a count. Yeah. Alright. Woo! Didn't think we were going to get there. This feels like a bad hand, but I feel like I need to keep it for science. So let's do it. Some of these, when we get losses from keeping bad hands, like, I don't blame the deck, but I kind of sometimes want to go through the exercise. Well, we drew a land. To be able to just see, like, what happens if, you know, we do or don't draw certain things. Alright, opponent wants to go there. Fair enough. Give them something they can target. I mean, the reality is, they're probably, if that's a sweeper, they'll probably just play that whenever we play the Jugan Defends the Temple. Or maybe not. Okay, well, how do we feel about these things? I mean, the interesting thing here is we kind of want to use the temple just the same. Can probably save this Blood Chief's Thirst. Big thing is we're going to need to kill that Wedding Announcement next turn. Alright. I mean, there's a chance they just don't block here. Which wouldn't be unreal, because they could just double block with 2 tokens next turn. Alright. Now, because that ramps our mana, the opponent could feel incentivized to sweep the board knowing they're going to get more tokens. Granted, they don't know we have bindings, but still. Alright, there is the Doomscar, like we predicted. Ooh, Shambling Ghast. Alright, that's a thing. Submit 0. We don't give the opponent stuff any counters. We will take this opportunity, though, to go ahead and kill off that Wedding Announcement so we don't get too big of a beating from it over the next couple turns. Though it's possible I could have meat hooked there, but also would have ramped the opponent one, and I don't totally know what they're doing yet, so I don't know how important that treasure is to them. The other thing, I mean, because if we would have wiped those out, we get this, the safety net of this. Now I can only meat hook. Well, really, meat hooking for 1 even gets it killed because of the gas. Unless they really need the treasure. We'll find out one way or the other, I suppose. But let's see what the opponent wants to do here. Hope they're just going to kill a land. They must be looking for a second red, maybe? Or another black? Not totally sure what they need. They went and got another black. Played an eye twitch. Okay. Wow, we got all the removal duties here, huh? Okay. Okay, so this creates a little bit of a thing. Like... I mean, I feel like I should just meat hook for 1 and just say, like, hey, if they want to kill our creature, they kill our creature, you know? Because I'm thinking, like, what do they even go get here that we care about? Because we can deal with everything else with what's in hand. And they obviously aren't playing counters or anything to stop us. The only other play is potentially play this, pump it for 2 because of the Rising Star, but I think I'm just going to do this. And basically just tell the opponent, like, hey, you know, you want to kill my Jugan, whatever, cool. And they might, because now that they have the eye twitch, they get to go search for experimental or whatever, the sciences or whatever, so that's fine. Which I'm assuming they're going to. Yeah, that makes sense. Environmental sciences. Okay, Soren, good deal. And we have ways to deal with that, so that's not the end of the world. Ooh, this is nice. This is nice, but I think that's a next turn play.
Excuse my sudden egress.
We could kill the token. Trying to think. We know what the opponent has there. We don't know what those other 2 cards are. You know, I'm gonna kill it. This is probably a waste of a card. But whatever. Let's see what's up. Alright, science is to go find some mana. There's the other mountain. Alright. Not sure completely what that is. But... I'm just debating if it makes more sense to play the... No, you know what? Probably is another Doomscar. I'm just trying to think how to sequence our turns after this, right? Because if we do play these and then they sweep the board, I can at least play this, level this up, and then start playing things off the top of our library. And that's not bad as a follow-up play. We still drain the opponent for 2. Yeah, I guess that's what we're going to do. I don't know why. I'm feeling pretty strongly that that's a Doomscar. If it's not, hey, bonus for us. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But the fact that they're even hesitating here makes me think it's not. Okay, there you go. I was like, why would you even think about it if it's not? Like, just get it in there. Okay. I don't know if they only have Doomscars. Maybe. We'll play this. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. Oh, wait. Oh, we never leveled the other one? Ooh. Well, that's a thing. Let's go ahead and play all the stuff then. For some reason, I thought I'd already leveled one of these to level 2. All right. Well, there you go. I don't know if that would have totally changed my play last game. It might have. But definitely something to know, that's for sure. Okay, so they're playing like a Mardu mid-rangey control sort of thing. Got it. I'm a fan. I like that style of stuff. Those are fun decks. Alright, what is this thing? They're checking their highlighted card out. And they're wanting to destroy our Jugin's Temple. Oh, right of Oblivion. Yeah, sure. That's fine. That's not really a key part of any plans we have going on here, so whatever. Put the counter on you. And I think we just level the other one. Since we can at least do that. And we'll just make both of these 3, I guess. Actually, I should have made I should have made this one a 5. Because if there's a meat hook, we could have protected one of them. There's a real chance they're playing Meat Hook Massacre. Now we're going to lose both of these. Well, they drew a land anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, there's the Doomscar. Alright. Oh, man. Oh, why did we not have another enchantment in hand? 1, 2, 3. We level this off the top. We have 3 mana next turn. Alright, let's go for it. I mean, if they just draw land, they don't have anything to sacrifice. If they get a Planeswalker, that's problematic. But not impossible. Alright, they got Loth, which we don't love. Not gonna lie. Kami of Transience, we don't hate. Oh boy, what do we do here? What do we do here? Menace and Reach. We could kill one of those. I mean, we could just kill Loth outright. And then we still, like, here's what I'm thinking though, right? If we kill one of these and then attack into Loth, they're obviously going to block. Then if they do, they don't have enough counters on Loth to be able to make more spiders. So then they either have to just draw a card, go to 7, hope they find something to use with this to get rid of our creatures. Ah, boy. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I mean, can we make this unblockable by itself? No, we can't. We have to target the frog as well. Wow, I am not sure here. Greedy part of me wants to do more, but I think we just have to kill Loth, sadly. Part of me wants to do so much more. I'm not lying. I want to do so much more, but all right. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and play this. Just because if you only get a land, you're now having to decide. Do you want to kill Tatsunari, who's going to do a bunch of damage? Or you want to kill Kami Transient? Ah, they found something else to sacrifice. Never mind. Kami of Transient still attacks for 4 with Trample, though. And that's not counting anything else we draw, so that's still not bad. Alright. Makes sense. Makes sense. Sure. I mean, this is going to be bigger than everything else they're going to have anyway. So we're not super bothered by it. That's not going to help us at all now, is it? Alright, well, getting in there. I mean, big 7/7. Alright. We know what the opponent's play is here. Barring them. Well, yeah. I mean, that's probably the only play. Yeah, I was thinking other things they might do, but oh, that's not bad if we can get to that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they could trade everything for our Tatsunari? I mean, I guess you could. I mean, here's the other thing, too. Let's say we attack with both of these. This goes up to 7. I mean, this goes up to 3. They could block with the 4/4. They could trade for the 3/3, but then they don't have a legitimate way to kill this? I feel like that might still be okay. Like, don't get me wrong. Feels a little bit greedy, but it keeps them from doubling up everything or triple blocking. And we know what's on top already. The only... you know what? This would make this a +1. So it would be 2, 3, 4. And we would 4, 5, 6. We would kill off everything. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's be safe. I don't think this leads to us getting any significant amount more damage in. But if we just attack with 1, they could just block with 1. But I think that's still fine. Alright, they did give us what we wanted, so that's fine. I have no problem with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and level this other one. Just in case one of them gets removed for some reason, because that's actually a real possibility. And let's just end the turn. So now, the opponent's land is able to be a 3/4. Okay, Shambling Gas, annoying, but matters here, actually. Because now they could activate the land and they could double block, which isn't great. We don't like that. That, however, could be helpful next turn. Because that will both make this large enough and give us some extra fuel here, so. Alright. No attacks. Because then we're effectively just trading that for their creature land, which I don't think we want to do here. Especially since we've got skeletons and the Meat Hook Massacre. Alright. Okay. Now the opponent, if they're attacking, the opponent's just giving up now. Yeah. That's basically what's happening here. I have no issues with any of that. Play this, make this into a 3, attack for 5. This dies a 6. Alright, whatever. Just make it big enough you can't really do anything. Kill off that. Resolve. Attack with both of them. Put counter. Put a counter. Opponent goes down to 1, and that should do it. Yep, GG's. Whew. This was a little bit of a grind. Alright. That's a good win. That's a good solid win. Oh my goodness. You know what? Again, I don't know. We kept the other one for science and got away with it. Let's see if we can keep this one. This feels way more dangerous, though. Like, I don't think this is correct. But whatever, here we are. Let's do it. See what the opponent's got here. The benefit here is if this is the green-white enchantments deck... Oh, it's not. I was going to say, at least we get to kill something with our Blood Chief Stirs. This Kami's dead, yo. The good news is, though, we do have opportunity to get some things back along the way. So let's just keep playing these and see what the opponent does here. I mean, they might play something we can kill with Blood Chief's Thirst. If not, maybe we get another... Oh. They're just evolving Wildsing here. Okay. And something else to kill a Kami? No. Well, feel free to attack, because I am not going to block opponent. I was going to say, and there's a good chance you're not going to want to block next turn either. Oh, the chef is nice. The chef is nice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and be mana efficient here. Pump these up to 3/3s. Alright, let's see what the opponent's got here. Because next turn, this could start to get away from the opponent. Because especially if we draw a land. Lena, that's a good one. We're going to have to kill that. Alright. Oh, we don't have enough black mana. We only have 2. Alright, well, hopefully they don't have another. Okay. And then we just pass. I mean, if they have another, we're just in trouble here. Alright, Innkeeper's not as scary, but doesn't mean there's not, like, Goldspan or something in our future, so... Definitely want to get this Dockside Chef down. Are we willing to block here? This is a real question, actually. I say no. Man, going to 14... I don't know what we're up against. This could be dangerous, but I'm willing to take it. Mostly because the chef could allow us to block and sacrifice and do some shenanigans on coming turns. And that feels a little better. No idea how much better it really is. Let's see if they've got... They do not have... I was thinking maybe some instant speed removal, but no. Alright, let's pump this. And then we're going to get in for 9. I mean, I guess I could attack for 10, 11, but probably don't want to. Yeah, just those. I think that's all we really got to do right now. I mean, they do have an Innkeeper that's not completely inconsequential here. And they want to hold on to it, so who knows? Could be Chariot, could be Rin 7. I mean, multitude of things could happen here. Nope, they gave up anyway. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Yeah, this is a keeper. Alright, don't know how this is gonna go. Have a feeling we're playing this Kami of Transience and it's gonna go nowhere. Ooh, where were you last turn? You would have been good. Alright. I mean, this is dying or they're playing a Deadly Dispute here. Oh, neither. It's always a surprise when the opponent doesn't do either thing with all that mana open. Alright. You know, we don't totally hate having a Kami of Transience die in combat here, actually. This is what you would call mostly fine. We'll play this. At this point, too, I don't even know if this is a zombie deck or just mono black control or just what's going on. So we're going to play as though we don't know anything. And I will attack. Because even if the opponent stops it, they're only stopping it for a turn or two. Because we know eventually we're going to get binding down on something, which is probably like a Lolth this turn or whatever. Nope, just a Shambling Gas. That's less exciting. Okay, so we're not gonna have to miss a beat if we do shambling gas. I mean, binding something here. They're playing Blood on the Snow most likely, but they don't have anything great to get back. Though they can get back the skeleton or the scorpion and just sacrifice it to itself. That's a real thing. All right, I guess this is just what we're doing here. I mean, is it even worth binding anything, though? Like, do we bind? I guess we binding the shambling gas and just say, like, hey, if you're going to play a meat hook or whatever, then so be it. I mean, this is very greedy, by the way. Like, this is just playing around the fact we're going to play skeletal swarming, and then at some point we're getting a Kami back. Like, that's really all this is. I mean, because we for sure could have saved that for Planeswalker, but meh. We're just getting after it. Playing a little sloppy, but I know what I'm walking into. And there's possible we draw something else and don't actually skeletal swarming this turn, but I'm pretty sure we're going to. Alright. Meat hook, no surprise. That was going to happen either way, so we're not really concerned one way or the other. Alright, well, the deck gave us a backup one. That's kind of nice. Honestly, that's actually pretty convenient. All things considered. Because now I get to use a binding either on a Planeswalker or a Meat Hook Massacre. So I don't hate that, actually. Let's go ahead and get the skeletal swarming down, though. I was just debating if I was going to play this on black or on green. I think I'm going to play it on green since we got a high of the Eye Tyrant. It's going to be black mana. And then next turn, we get to get back our Kami, and then we get to play this. So, like, you know, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Get some eye twitches here for the opponent. Not bad, not bad. We like that. Okay. And then we get to pump both of these. So that's okay. And then pump this one. And attack with our singular thing. It's got to get all the counters. And does have trample. Randomly has death touch. Doesn't really matter here. Alright, gonna deadly dispute. So you're still gonna take the 3. Because that's how trample works. And because something died, we're gonna get 2 more skeletons. Now, this does increase the odds they will find another binding or some such, and that's all fine and good. But looks like they're not going to binding. They're going to want to use some mana to kill off our skeletal swarming and give us a card, which we're okay with. We will take the action to get that back. That was all part of the plan initially. All right. So now if the opponent doesn't binding here, I mean, Meat Hook Massacre, which I'm assuming they will if they have it. Okay. So now they can Meat Hook for 2, which actually would kill every... No, because that's still a 3/3. Oh, wow. Another Ranger class. Is that enough to win? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Will not kill the opponent. Don't have quite enough land to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, we could make it 10. I guess 11. Well, they could still chump block one of them, though, because we don't have trample anymore. Okay. Let's think about the best thing to do here. I mean, you can still... gosh. I'm just trying to think, like, what are their plans here? Like, what do they want to do next turn? That's the part I'm trying to solve. And can we survive another Meat Hook, or do we need to get rid of the Meat Hook Massacre even? I think I'm just going to activate this, though. I think this is where we're at. And then we're going to attack. Now, if they have instant speed removal and they kill our Hive of the Eye Tyrant, oh well. Alright. What's the most annoying thing they could get back? Probably an Eye Twitch? We'll keep these 1/1s from just dying, like for trade. So whatever they block, significant damage. Yep. All right. Oh, you know what? I could have put the counters. Oh, they could have blocked that. Would have been 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wouldn't have mattered. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nah, still would have been the same. All right. So now it's just, do I want to play anything else here or not? I think the answer's no. Now, Blood on the Snow is probably a thing, and I probably should have killed Meat Hook Masker, but, you know, 'tis what it is. We'll fight that fight. Opponent's going to go up to 6. Yep. Alright, and Pest Summoning, sure. So yeah, should have killed the Binding. I didn't. Had to pay the price for it. Put this on green, I guess. Alright. I mean, if they got more, they got more. Like, what are we gonna do, you know? Alright, there's a Soul Shatter, sure. Alright. Come on, deck. That is not how we get there, unfortunately. Alright, we'll level one of these, see if there's something on top we can use. That is not something we can use. Oh my goodness. That is real bad. I don't even know what we do here. I'm just playing this out. I don't have any real good plans here, unfortunately. I almost feel like we needed our own Meat Hook along the way and didn't draw one. Ah, Tox Roll. Alright, cool. GG's. You got there, opponent. We get to go first here, but don't have the really nice start we want. But we kind of have to keep it. And turn 2 is not terrible against several decks. Especially if it's like an aggro deck, then we can play this. Kill their first thing. Shambling Gasp. Blah. Alright. Fair enough. 'Tis what it is. Spirited Companion. Alright. Opponent's debating attacking here into our generous visitor. Alright, we managed to find a lot of mana here, so that's not awful. Do we want to play this and just kill off a Spirited Companion? I think so. I don't want to get too lax with this Blood Chief's Thirst, so we're going to slow our roll for a second. Just for a second. Because like I said, they might need treasure here. I don't really know. Now, admittedly, we could have killed it off and maybe they have a Deadly Dispute here or something. Okay, they had land anyway, so it didn't really matter. I mean, I guess it always matters, but not as greatly as it could have. Alright, so they're just playing Orzhov Control-y things. Fair enough. Alright, let's just do it. If you got it, you got it. I mean, there's not a whole lot we're going to do here. The plus side is, if the answer was Meathook Massacre, we at least got out of range of that for the moment. They've got a Rite of Oblivion. That's not awesome. Well, we're either losing the Visitor or the Ranger class. Which is it? Neither. Okay. Not necessarily. Oh, boy. Whew. Okay. Sure. Gosh. 1, 2, 3. This could give you 4, and another land is 5 because we know you already have it in hand. So I guess it doesn't really matter unless you want to try to make this a 6/6, which seems crazy. Especially since we know they have that as well. So sure, why not? I mean, like, I'll do it, but I won't like it. And this is strictly a play to stay around Meathook, is all this is. Nothing more, honestly. And we don't even hate if they have a Meathook Massacre, because then they're killing their own Iganjo thing, so meh. Alright, getting back some gas. Have an Architect, so what do you want to kill here? I mean, they might just want to get rid of the Visitor. I don't know. Shack Assembly Gas, get treasure. I mean, that wouldn't be that unreal. Yep, makes sense. Now we have a real decision. Actually, not that big of a decision, I guess. Because we could Blood Chief's Thirst, kill off the Restoration, then attack for a bunch. Sit on the other Ranger class so we don't lose all of our creatures. Soren's going to make that much more difficult.
To set things right.
Come on, Binding. Binding's what we really want here.
Me now.
All right, that helps quite a bit. Okay, so now we can use this to kill Restoration. We can use this to kill the token. We can send 2 things into Sorin. All right, that's a long way around, but it gets us where we want to go, regardless. All right, and again, they're going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4 for a Meathook. So if we're bigger than 4, opponent says GG's. I don't know if it's GG's, man. Like, I'm going to pump a token, but I do not feel good about this. All right. I mean, we did the one thing we could just to survive that. But, I mean, even if it's blood on the snow, that's still bad for us here. All right, Shambling Gas. That's actually relevant, all things considered. Spirited Companion, also not bad. So now, even if we pump our Ranger class, we're going to have to really decide how we want to... looks like Rite of Oblivion, unfortunately. That's going to make things really tough. Because I was thinking we're going to need all 3 pluses to keep creatures alive on these attack steps here. Shigeki, you don't do nearly enough here, friend. Not nearly enough. Okay. So, if we can get a +3, we kind of have to put them all on one thing, and we just have to choose what the one thing is. Ugh. That's not great. Okay, though. I guess we do it. Don't have to be happy about it. Sometimes the right decisions are just tough. And I guess we just do this. Just make it harder to kill one of them with multiple blockings. Alright. I guess we have to live with that. I mean, they do get tokens and stuff here, and they can attack us, but, like, have to force the play some way. And see, this is exactly when the opponent was saying GG's, I was like, no, it is not GG's yet, y'all. Not even close.
You are not much of a roadblock.
Yeah, might as well at least attack for 3 here, opponent. Yep, get you another token. No blocks. Alright, good news is we do at least get Death Touch on this turn, so that's something. That ain't bad either, though. That ain't bad either. Okay, so what are we looking to do here? We can't do both of these, unfortunately. So I think it's just send both? Is it send both? I mean, they're going to get chumped one way or the other, right? And I don't know. One's going to be 5, one's going to be... I guess they both can be 5. That's fine. Doesn't change much. Alright, we're just trying. Seeing what we can make happen here. I mean, maybe I should have just ignored it and just went at the opponent regardless. But they chump the same way. It doesn't change much. They still block the same. Alright, that's going to attack for at least 4. 5. Make a token. So we're going to go to 12. This is where the board gets wrecked. Alright. So far, not terrible. Alright, there's the blood on the snow. I'm assuming get back Sorin. Oh, actually, you can't. You gotta get something small here. Yep. Gets a card, though. That's real. Oh, but we get our own meat hook. How the turntables. Okay. Well, then. We'll meat hook for 1. And then just cash Shigeki. Alright. So we did have a creature die, so we got 2 skeletons. And these are skeletons that we can give counters to. So that's real. Alright. We got to find a way to get something dead next turn, I guess. They're going to make a samurai, which is relevant. We did not have a creature on top, unfortunately. Though we have a thing that makes a creature next turn, which is big, considering life totals here. Yeah, pump a samurai and get in here for 6 total. Well, maybe they need to block. I don't know. We have a restoration. Well, that'll get you 2 life next turn, not this turn. but still could be worth it. I mean, put us down to 7, and that's borderline lethal. I mean, all things considered. All right, we need some things off the top. That is not it. Gosh dang it. Oh, I don't think I've ever been more disappointed. So now if they get a removal card, we just die, is how this works, right? Because we have to chump block with this. Oh, man, this is rough. I mean, we kind of have to attack into her, though, right? All right. I think that's our only play. I'm trying to think like if there's any other way this works, but I think this is all we can do. And it's still not great because it allows her to stay alive. They can put a +1/+1 on the Hive of the Eye Tyrant and put us pretty close to dead. I'm going to go ahead and level one of these other ones up just as an insurance policy. All right. Hopefully they don't have anything. We're leaning on the skeletal swarming very, very hard here. Opponent goes to 9. Oh my gosh. Opponent gets another card. And they could still have their own meat hook or something here. Okay, wedding announcement, that's not bad. That's actually okay for us. Considering we have tramplers for next turn. That is a safe card.
Years of training.
Okay.
For guards, to me.
Cool, cool. So far, so good. They're checking out our creature. Maybe they did get a removal card here. No, that's it. Oh, wow. All right, so it turns out that was actually a lot of fun. And it wasn't as powerful as we wanted it to be, and I think it's mostly because it stalled out a couple of times in the games that we lost, and that was a little bit disappointing. But I'm actually okay with that. I think it leaves room for improvement, and honestly, I think the Life of Tajiros are going to come out, and we're going to end up playing a full set of bindings. I think that's pretty important. And I'd like to try out a copy or two of Gloomshrieker as well, so we have a chance to reuse those bindings, or maybe get a key creature back out of our graveyard. Maybe reuse a Shigeki later in the game if something like that comes up. So I think there's a lot of opportunity there with the way this deck can be built. But overall, yeah, it did everything we wanted it to do. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. And again, it's a different way to play Golgari if you want to go ahead and give it a go. So yeah, I didn't think there was a particularly bad matchup, but I think having a little bit of extra recursion could help in those control fights. So I'm hoping it checks out the way we want. But overall, yeah, give this one a look. It was a lot of fun. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Spiritmonger. And I feel like if there were ever a card that like showed the difference in past Magic and current Magic, this is the card. I mean, when you look at it, it's a 6/6 for 5, which should be pretty solid. And the ability is a little bit weird. Whenever it deals damage to a creature, it gets bigger. So basically, most of the time, it gets chump blocked, it gets bigger. But when you look at the two activated abilities, one lets it regenerate, the other lets it turn into any color. And you're probably wondering, like, why are these even on there? Well, one, regenerate doesn't really get put on cards anymore. It's kind of an old ability. But changing colors was important because there were actually a lot of things that were protection from whatever color. A lot of times protection from black. So this allowed it to become other things. And that's actually pretty strong as far as this card goes. Well, it was once upon a time. Now it really is just a dude and doesn't really do much. But tells you kind of how different and how far we've come with Magic in that amount of time. But small fact, if you didn't know, this was one of the early cards that the community actually got to work on online with Wizards of the Coast and actually created the card. So this is actually a community created card from back in the day. Now, don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links to our Facebook gaming page, our Twitch streams, and our Discord. And you're welcome to come hang out. It's open to the public. And as a reminder, again, if you'd be so kind, consider supporting the channel by clicking that join button down below. For as little as 99 cents, you could support the channel. And there's different levels with other rewards. Could even get your decks featured here on the channel as well, if that's interesting to you. But even if you don't want to do that, please remember to like and share the video. Those two things are very important. Leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, And remember to choose all notifications so you don't miss any of these wacky videos we're putting out. Also, FYI, we have a lot of Commander content. Not a lot, we have some Commander content coming over the next few days. It's been a long day. I need to go. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.